Hello and welcome to Soul Infused Summer today. I'm so excited that you're here, and today it's all about grounding yourself, grounding your energy, and I will share four easy ways to ground yourself. And I wanted to start by sharing that I woke up this morning feeling scattered, feeling not clear, all over the place. And that's often how we feel when we're actually not grounded. And that's okay to feel like in the morning because you can do something about it. But I was sharing that I'm going to use actually that example and teach you the things that help me and help my clients when I work closely with them to get back to center, get grounded. And I know it always takes a minute for people to join in. So if you're here, say hello, leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from, and let me know how you feel this morning or this afternoon or this evening. Share with me how you're feeling, because you will be able to use something to experience and experiment with while we're teaching. So I don't want you only to listen. I want to invite you to participate while I teach today. Okay? So I'm going to take a few seconds just to say hello to everyone. Leave a comment so that I actually know you're there. I know that a lot of people are watching without ever leaving a comment, and that's totally okay. At the same time, I invite you to let yourself be seen today. Let yourself be seen today. Say hello. Okay, Leah is here from Indonesia. Alyssa is here from Chicago. And she says, I wake up a lot like that. Yeah, who wakes up like that? I mean, to be honest, most people wake up in some kind of like a weird state. And that makes sense because our energy is all over the place when we sleep, and the dreams and, so many things that we are influenced by. So it's very rarely that you wake up in the morning being in bliss and this beautiful self that you are, grounded, centered, peaceful. That's not how we wake up in the morning. Not even the gurus that pretend they are like that all the time. So just wanted to clarify that. Don't feel bad about it. You're totally normal. Florian is here from Germany. Tina is here from Denmark. Faye is here. I'm so happy to see you, Faye. Missed you from the UK. Okay, fantastic. And so yes, and it's not only about bringing the energy down and grounding. It's in general being centered and grounded, and why this is so important. Let me give you a few examples what it feels like not being grounded. You feel scattered, kind of like all over the place. You're not clear. You feel maybe insecure. You feel very emotional. You feel easily triggered by things. Disconnected. You feel like people are not taking you serious. You're just kind of like in maybe even a little bit spacey, like daydreaming, maybe mental, very much in your head. Does this resonate with any of you? Like, do you feel like that sometimes? And add your own as well. What does it mean to you? Or what do you believe does it actually mean to not be grounded? I would love to hear from you. Kelly is here. Hi, you made it. Fantastic. Darlene is here. I love you guys. So take a moment to really tune in. What does it mean to you? What do you think it is? Because most people don't even understand that's an energetic phenomena, and is as much something that you can shift, but it's also an internal process. When you go back to day number 3, where I spoke about going in and do the deeper inner work and what that means, clearing the wounds from the past and the fears and beliefs, that is essential. You cannot bypass that shit, as I often say. And at the same time, you do the inner work and you can learn certain tools to balance your energy and to ground yourself. And I'm going to share 4 easy ways today. Okay, good. And let me know what grounding means to you. I also wanted to bring up something that I thought about yesterday, and someone asked me that question related to what I taught about going in and really working through the stuff. And she asked me, okay, so how do you, when you, for example, meditate or in general, when you hit such a layer, how do you how do you move it without trying to put it aside so that you can move forward, right? That's a great question. And one of the things that I keep seeing over and over, and is so crucial to understand, is like your conscious mind might be thinking, oh, I don't want to bypass, but you are actually trying to get rid of it. You're trying to push it aside, and therefore it stays stuck. So consciously you might think, oh yeah, but I don't want to do that, but you're still doing it. So the super important thing to understand is when you hit a layer of discomfort, when you hit a layer of resistance, pain, our first and immediate reaction is to try to avoid it. Everybody does that. And even, you know, a lot of people come to me who've done work already, and I feel, hey, Sonia, I've done so much work already. I've tried so many different things, and I've moved and shifted a lot of things, but there's certain layers that I'm just not hitting, right? This is where I come in, because this is exactly what I'm passionate about and an expert about, is to really go deeper to those layers, because there's nothing wrong with you. It's really hits so unconscious. And our immediate response is to not want to feel the pain. And one of the things that I think that the world would be such a much better place if people would learn to embrace what's truly in there. And often it's pain, it's a vulnerability, and we are so resistant that we do everything to avoid it. And we are out there and, yeah, making a funny face and, you know, pretending everything is fine, and everybody does it because we are so afraid of being hurt. And ultimately, it's really about you being with that feeling, holding the space for it, clearing and healing it. And it's nearly impossible to do those deeper layers by yourself. And that's just the way it is, because it's so unconscious and so uncomfortable that your psyche, your protection mechanism, will do everything to avoid feeling it, okay? And I wanted to share that today. It's not necessarily directly related to the topic today, but everything is related, because every little step is related to one another. So if you resist and you don't really go in to heal that, you also don't reach the deeper layers, the essence. And when you touch a certain pain, pain can be beautiful because it's very close to your essence. And there's a huge difference between being in suffering and being in negativity and kind of like patterns and stuff. It's a totally different story. You allowing to touch the deep pain, that when you allow yourself to touch it and you be with it, you touch the essence of your being, because it's just right underneath. And I had the experience myself yesterday evening that I experienced that, and I was sitting with it, and it made me even cry. I was so touched by it. Even when I share it, I'm touched by it. And I know that so many people are also people that are attracted to what I do, deep inside have the pain that they're not truly connected, that they're not living who they really are, that there's always a layer of something hiding or pretending and not feeling safe in the world to be seen. And when you allow yourself to really dig deep and you do what's necessary to get in touch with that pain that you're so scared of, but when you allow yourself to be guided there and be with it there, it creates magic. And I was so touched yesterday myself that I wanted to share that with you and encourage and invite you to really look in and do whatever it takes so that you can be your authentic self in the world, because that's what the world needs. Us being honest, vulnerable, alive, authentic, in the moment. Okay, just wanted to share that with you. So, and if this resonates with you, let me know, if this is landing for you. And I'm going to get started with what I promised you, to share 4 ways that you can ground yourself. And I'm going to check in here with you about all the comments. Okay, so when it comes to being grounded or ungrounded, Tina says, for example, not setting boundaries. Big, big, big topics. Gonna go into it more tomorrow when we're going about out and expressing yourself. Starting that boundaries, huge topic when you are not grounded and solid within yourself. It's nearly impossible to really set a boundary, or you do, but it's not taken seriously enough. And you might have that experience that you say, yeah, I said what I wanted, or I set a boundary, but they didn't take it serious, or they didn't, listen to it. Pamela says, hi Pamela, grounded for her means to feel secure in my foundation. Yeah, great, feel secure in my foundation. Yeah, I mean when I'm not grounded. I totally got it, Tina. Leah says, grounded means feeling centered, not easily triggered by things from the outside. Yes, 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 yes. As you are in the storm while the hurricane is outside, or the storm, doesn't have to be a hurricane, but you are in the eye of the storm. Dolene is not thinking clearly, unfocused, can't stay on task, unsure. Who can relate to that? Kind of like, oh, I'm not staying on one place, unfocused. Yeah, that's kind of like all over the place. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. And I'm sharing these because they are usually, everything relates to everything and so everybody. And it's really helpful when you share because it brings awareness to someone else that might have not been, oh yeah, I feel the same way. Thank you, Alyssa, you're welcome. Alyssa says there needs to be a TED Talk about this subject. Yes, guys, set me up for a TED Talk. I love speaking on stage. Carrie says, stable. Yeah, hi Yvonne, great to see you. Carrie says, I frequently feel disassociated, light, and think not grounded. Yeah, great example, Carrie. It's detached, disassociated, not really present. You're not present in the moment when you're not grounded. Hi, Fiona. Okay, fantastic. You guys are great. So, as with everything, it's about practicing, consistency, and learning. I'm going to give you a few ways that you can get started. And of course, we're only scratching the surface here, but let's start with it. So one way you can do that, and you can do this way anytime, anywhere, super easy. You can even do it when you're driving. You can do it with your eyes closed and with your eyes open. And I would recommend right now, in case you're making notes or are distracted with something, if you are right now distracted with something else, choose to be present for the next couple of minutes, because that's also super important to be grounded. So close anything that you might have open, emails, other social media, mute your phone, close the door. That's the first thing to be grounded. The first thing to get grounded is to get rid of distractions and to be present in the moment. Okay? That's not even a way. That's a bonus way. Okay. So first thing you can do is that you can use a hand, and it doesn't matter if it's a right or your left hand, and I would invite you to experiment what works better for you. Okay? So, because physical touch helps as well. When we are all over the place, literally energy, because for me everything is energy, and energy is substance, and you might not be able to visually see it. I'm not even a visual person in a sense, I'm a perceiver. But your energy is literally all over the place. You're outside of yourself, you're not centered. It's like a tree that's kind of like totally bending from a storm, or branches all over the place. And so you take your hand and you put it on your heart, and just to have that touch to your physical body. And don't worry about sitting a certain way or not. I want to give you super simple and easy ways that you can implement right away. And what you do then, with your eyes open or your eyes closed, you take 3 deep breaths. And I want to do that with you. So take your time. We usually rush through life. That's not being grounded. So you want to take time right now. You put your hand on your heart, whatever feels right, right or left, and then you take a deep breath. And you exhale, and with your exhale, you relax your body a little bit. A long breath, long deep breath. You take a second one. And with your exhale, you relax your body a little bit more. And you do it a third time. You breathe in deeply. And you exhale. And you relax and you drop it. That's it. That's a very easy and simple way that if you do it and you take the time, will make a difference. So you might have felt it already, and I feel some of you have really done it with me. Feel it, it's great. Okay, so that's one way. Another way, and that's great when you're standing or sitting, but even only imagining it's helpful. However, I would recommend doing that standing. However, I want to show you the easiest way. So I'm sitting. You might be sitting in your office, you're working, but you want to feel the feet on the ground, okay? And if you are somewhere where you can get up, just get up and feel your feet on the ground and do the same thing standing up. And then you can experiment sitting and standing up to see the difference, okay? Okay, so either you're sitting or you're standing, and then take another nice deep breath. Your breath is your best friend, by the way, when it comes to grounding, right? And feel your feet on the ground. Best is without shoes or flat shoes. And don't overcomplicate it. If you are somewhere and you are wearing high heels and you don't want to put them off because you're in the middle public or whatever, do it anyway. Done is always better than perfect, okay? So now again, you can close or open your eyes. When you close your eyes, often it's helpful because it doesn't distract you so much from the outside. So you can close your eyes when you like, and then imagine roots growing out from your feet into the ground. Imagine like your feet are the roots of a tree. And you can do it, just imagine roots coming down, roots growing from your feet into the ground. And if you're standing, you even feel it a little bit different. Sit down, experiment. I feel you guys are doing it already. I feel like I can feel it. You're amazing. Yeah, I love it. I love how you participate. So that is a second way that you easily can do anywhere that no one even notices. It connects you more to earth and to the ground. Okay, how do you feel for those who and I know if you have a question, if you put a question here, I will go back to it in just a few minutes. Let me know how that feels. I showed you two ways for now. One with the hand and the breathing, and with the roots. And you've been doing it. I can feel it. How do you experience it? Leave me a comment. Also, if you're on the replay, leave a comment if you're on the replay. Let me take a sip of water. More solid and present. Florian says he practices every day, it feels great. Yes, absolutely feels great. Yeah, solid and present, those two words sums it up. That can make all the difference. All the difference. Anyone else? Okay, good. So another way of, Tina says, I feel a little dizzy when I stand up. Yeah, because that's a great, thank you for sharing that, Tina. That's very normal in the beginning because when you're not grounded and you start grounding, you are kind of like getting dizzy because you're not used to it. So actually it's a good sign that it's working, and also it shows how ungrounded you've been for a long time. So that's great. Don't let yourself be discouraged by it. When you do feel dizziness, just take a breath. Make sure you increase slowly. However, there's nothing bad with that. So don't. That's a good sign, actually. Yvonne says natural and real. Yeah, how much better is that? Love it. More real. Carrie also says more real. Yeah, why? I tell you, I love this. It's because you are more connected with yourself. You are real. Like who you are is real. And again, like I get so touched when it's like, often you don't even know who you are. You don't know how beautiful you are and who you really are. And when you get in touch with that, for me, this is the most beautiful moment when I get clients that I've been working with to the moment where they just really connect to who they are and to the essence of their soul. For me, I mean, I get goosebumps every time and tears every time. It's the most, all the work is worth it. It's hard work what I do, but it's worth it. Darlene is saying, standing and rooted, more impact. Contract program when I sat back down. Wow, yeah, contract, yeah, great. That's a great. Tina, yes, than you. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Absolutely, you're doing great. Okay, good. So another way to do that, and that's better standing as well. But again, why I share both ways is because I rather you do something, even if it's not perfect and has a super effect, than not doing anything. And I know how the mind works because the mind will talk you out of it. The mind will say, oh no, I can't do this right now because this, and this, right? And that's all just, don't listen to it. That's never really the truth. So a third way of grounding yourself quickly is to, let's stand up if you can, and if not, do it sitting. I'm going to sit down in a second again because I, again, wanted to do it as easy as possible for you, is you stand up, you feel your feet on the ground, and you simply shake your body. And I have to be a little bit careful because I have this neck pinched nerve that I'm a little bit in pain, so I'm not going to really do it too much with you, but I just tell you what to do. So you stand up or you sit, and then you feel again your feet on the ground and you just shake your body and you let it, it's not a doing, it's a more letting it shake. And you use your breath and you shake your arms, your legs, like just shake it, your hips, like all over. And in the beginning you might feel you are more a doing, like you're thinking about what you're doing. And don't worry, I don't see you, by the way, so it's okay to do it. Yeah, because we often feel embarrassed. Yeah, shame is a killer. Like, I work so much with releasing shame because shame is really cripples us in our expression. So shake it off. It helps you to connect to your body in a very quickly way. So that's a third way to do that. You shake your body and you connect with your breath. And you connect in that moment where you're standing, okay? Okay, great. That's a third way, and I have so many. I'm just choosing 4 today, but again, this is just, stretching the surface. Okay, is this helpful so far? Let me know, guys. Is this helpful? And then a fourth way that you can do is by using your hands. And it doesn't matter if you perceive energy or not, if you think you're doing it right or not, you just do it anyway. Yesterday, we talked about bringing energy down. And ultimately, really, what you want to ground is your true energy, right? And so you can also use your hands in that, and the image of you bringing down the higher is, and I'm just moving away so that you see what I'm doing, and you can do that. So you use your hands, and you imagine the higher frequency up above your head, or, like a higher frequency, and you simply bring them down with your hands. Simply bring them down. And you ground them into the earth. You want to go completely down. So it's a movement from up Just use your breath and you bring it down. Do it another 2 times right now. Do it another 2 times in your own way and in your own experience. Up, and you bring it down. If you ground it. Okay, great. I feel so grounded right now. Whew, okay, great. So these are 4 ways. There are many more. And you can experiment with variations of this. But if you only have those 4, ooh, I feel the energy. Yeah, in the groups, fantastic. Start simple, don't overcomplicate it. If you want to add certain things, so if this is something that you've been doing already and it's working for you, maybe you want to experiment with combining some of them and taking it a little further. Again, this is really a very simple way. And I do like to teach also sometimes simple things because it's really about going back to basics and the foundation and do something that works on a daily basis because you still get to do the work. This is not gonna, you still get to do the work and you still get to do it every day, right? So why not doing something very simple that you can implement in your daily life? Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna take, I've been here already for nearly 30 minutes, however, I'm gonna take a few minutes because I do see questions and I'm here as long as you want me to be today. So give me just a second to see if there are any questions, and while I do that, please leave a comment below. Before I forget that, sometimes I do. If you are still in the contest and you want to be in the finals to win a personal one-on-one energy balancing session with me, you know that every day you get to do a task. And if you missed one, go back because you still have the chance to win. So what you do today is, and I'm going to show it to you because you get to do it this way. Otherwise, it's very difficult for me to follow. So you write in a comment contest and you share with me one valuable thing you've learned so far here on Soul Infused Summer. And let the comment look like this because then I'm not going to miss it. You don't want me to miss your comment. You want me to see your comment right away. So you leave a comment and you can do that also after the show. So don't worry about it if you don't want to take the moment right now. You write contest, ding, ding. One valuable thing I've learned is. That's what you do to keep on the contest. Okay, so let me check here if there's any questions. And if you're on the replay and you have any questions, then leave a comment and I will get back to you. And also share one thing that's valuable for you if you want to continue the contest, even if you're on the replay. So, just give me a second. Okay. Carrie is asking, does it help to visualize bringing energy in and down while having your hand on your heart? In and down. I'm not so sure what you mean, but first of all, you always get this answer from me. Experiment with it and try it out. It is helpful to visualize energy going in and out. That's always helpful because you want to be in vertical alignment. You can also simply visualize or focusing on bringing energy in and out through your heart. So maybe that's what you meant actually. Either way is helpful. Experiment, try it out and see what works for you. You know, a simple breathing in and out through your heart can also be very powerful. Hope this helps. Otherwise, let me know, Carrie. Hi, Aura. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, feels good. Any other questions? I'm just scrolling through here. So many comments. You're great. I love how you participate. Questions. I just don't want to miss anything. If I miss any of your questions, I'll get back to you later. Okay? So Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good for today. It was great. Remember to leave one valuable thing you've learned. Of course, you've learned many valuable things, I'm sure. Just choose one. One of the most valuable things you've learned so far on Soul Infused Summer for the contest, and then you share that. And tomorrow we are going out. What does it mean to express yourself? What does that actually mean? Because we hear that so often. And what does it mean to come out in the world? Like, everything that is related to the fourth step of the process of my energy-based inner work process. What does it mean now to bring it out? Super, super important. One step that a lot of people that come to me specifically to work is what they struggle the most with. Not having the confidence to be out there, fear of being seen, not knowing how to express themselves, not knowing how to be authentically in the world. Ooh, love it. So join in tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if this is valuable to you, pay it forward, be generous, share it with someone that this information will make a difference. Because what is the mission? Is to create a soul-infused planet. So, and you're part of it. You're part of the mission. Okay, good. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye-bye.